stop, wait. What is happening here? I'm Sherry Riggs with WhistleOut TV. That's me about to go on a skydive. And guess what? It's gonna be pretty cool. I am going on a skydive to test internet speeds from 10,000 feet in the air in free fall with AT&T 5G, and I cannot wait for you to join me, so keep watching to see what my speeds are 10,000 feet in the air. No, I am not sponsored by AT&T. I just happen to have AT&T's service, and so it works well for me, and so I use it for lots of my videos. But if this video does well, then I will be doing other skydives with other carriers from other planes, and it will just be super exciting and amazing. So before we get into it, why am I doing this? Well, I just thought it might be a really cool video to see what speeds are like 10,000 feet in the air and during free fall and everywhere in between. In this video, I will be testing out 5 different speed tests in California. One on the ground, one during takeoff, one at elevation at 10,000 feet as we're about to jump out of the plane, and then I'm doing 2 speed tests while we're under canopy on this skydive. I want to thank Go Jump America, who are located in Vegas, Oceanside, California, and Santa Cruz, California, for getting me up in the air to test this out, and my instructor, Chris Foreman, and my girlfriend, Ashley Maurice, who was doing outside video for us on this skydive. Thanks so much for all your help. And now let's get into the video. Let's get into these speed tests, shall we? Now, the first test I did was just a baseline test to see where we were at on the ground before we'd hopped up in the air. So I did a speed test using the speed test app. I got 92 Mbps download speeds, and then I got pretty good upload speeds at 48.7. Now, my skydive was going to 10,000 feet only, so I decided to do another test right after takeoff, which was about 3,000 to 5,000 feet, and those speeds were much slower. I had to close my app and reopen it a few times to get any sort of connection, but we did get a test, and these were the results. I got 4.5 down and 2.4 up. Now, those are not the best speeds in the world, but you know, if you need to Google something while heading up in an airplane, now you know you can do it with AT&T Elite 5G. The next speed test I did was at elevation. Right before I was about to jump out of the plane, I pressed go, and then we tumbled out of the plane. And when I looked back at the speed test results, I got actually decent speeds. I got about 5 up and 5 down. It was equal, and I was actually pretty impressed at that, like really impressed. Now, before we went up in the plane, I asked my instructor, Chris, I asked him when he normally sees his internet die, and I believe he had T-Mobile, and he said he sometimes got service even when they were about to jump out of the plane. So we got to about 10,000 feet, AT&T still had service, T-Mobile still had service. Didn't do a test with T-Mobile, but we could see that there was still service available when you're pretty high up in the air, so that was an interesting point that I learned while I was up in the sky. The other interesting note is that the skydive operation is just a stone's throw away from a military base. And while you're above the military base in the air, you get really horrible cell phone service. So I assume we were probably near or just about above the base when I got my worst speed test of the day, which was 4 down and 2 up just after takeoff. I think we were right near that base, so it makes sense as to why those numbers were a little bit slower than the rest, even though we were still relatively close to the ground. Now, the 4th speed test I did was after we free-falled and pulled our parachute out, and we were kind of just floating under canopy down to the ground. I don't really know what height we were at. I think probably around 3,000 feet. I did that speed test, and then we got pretty decent speeds. We got 16 down and 8 up. I mean, honestly, all around, these upload speeds are not bad at all. And then it came to the end of the journey, and I had one last speed test under canopy right before we landed, probably at about 1,000 or so feet. Oh man, we're 11 down!
No way!
Yeah, we're 11 down!
Nice.
Yeah, oh, we're getting 8 up! 8 up! What? Dang, AT&T 5G, baby!
Yeah.
Some of my fastest upload speeds of the day were when I was not even on the ground, and you know what, props to AT&T for that. Kind of, it's cool when you're up in the air, but I guess when you're on the ground, you definitely want faster speeds. Anyways, it was still a really cool experiment. Thank you guys for watching. I had so much fun doing this. Again, if you want to see more videos like this, just fun, random speed tests and me doing random things, and let me know in the comments below where I should speed test next, underwater, on a boat. I don't know. I'm open to ideas. Give them to me in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sherry Riggs. This is WhistleOut TV. As a review, I think I can recommend AT&T to anybody who jumps out of planes or anybody who wants to have service in a plane at 10,000 feet. Oh, okay.
I can't believe that works, man.
I can't either. I'm stoked.